Hey there everyone, this is Harshit Seksaria and welcome to third video of programming in Python series. And in this video, we are talking about variables and user input. So before we get started, I think that you should subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so that you can receive notifications for all our future videos. Now once you are done this, so let's get started. This is my Visual Studio Code. Let me remove this guy, it's a little bit of distracting. Okay, assume that you are making a game in Python and you want to store the scores achieved by a user. So how can you do so? So this is where variables comes in. Variables are something which you are going to use in every program. That means variables are used everywhere. So in Python, we can use any variable by typing the name of the variable, like number of users, and then giving it an initial value. So we can give it like 15. Now we can use this name of users anywhere. To use this, we can do something like print number of users. So save this, head to terminal, and then we're gonna type Python and then the file name, which is variables.py. Okay, so now you can see that here is a 15. So we firstly assigned a value 15 to the number of users, and then we printed number of users. Okay, and we can even change the value of any variable, like number of users equal 45, and if we save this, head to terminal again, and if we run it, then we're gonna say see 45. Okay, so in this way you can initialize a variable and use that, and you can do mathematical operations on variables too. Like if you want to print number of users times 5, you can do that. Just save that, execute that, and you gonna see 75. You can use any mathematical operator here. So now let's talk about the data types of variables. In Python, we don't have to specify the type of data which a variable will store. Python is smart enough to identify which type of data is it storing, but in many languages we have to specify that too. And data types are integer, float, string. In Python there are only these three data types, mainly primitive data types. So when we assign 15 in that, it's an int. Int is the short form for integer. Integer are all the numbers which don't have decimal values. So if we say that we want to assign 15.45, then it's not an integer. Now it's a float. Float is something that stores decimal points also. So integer are those which don't have decimal values. So number of users equal, do something like this, and then time duration in minutes, and we can assign a value like 45.5. so this is a float, this is an integer, and name of user equal, now string. String are all the words or all the values which are wrapped in a single quote or in a double quote, all that are string. So name of user can be Jack. So this is an integer, this is a float, and this is a string. Okay, pretty cool stuff. And we can print all of that, like there we go, 12, 45, and Jackso. So in this way we can use variables, and we can use mathematical operators on variables too. First number equal 45, second number equal 78. So remember that when you are naming a variable, there should not be a space in between them, and if you add a space in the name of any variable, then you will got an error. So make sure that there is no space in your variable name, and if you want, you can add an underscore. Usually all these special symbols are also not allowed to use in the variable name, but an underscore is an exception, and you can't start your variable name with any number, but yes, you can add that in between of them or at end of them. It is allowed, but here I'm not using underscore. Here I'm using something called Camel Case, in which as soon as the second word starts, we just capitalize the first letter of that word. So we make N here capital, and here also. So second number equal this, and addition equal first number plus second number, and then we can print this addition thing, addition. So it will firstly add both of these values and then assign that to addition and then print addition. Let's save this, head to terminal, python variables.py, and there we go. So we can do all mathematical operators on integer and floats, but in strings, let's do an example that first name equal John and second name equal so we can do addition in string, which is called string concatenation, but the condition here is that both of the data types should be string. So if we do like this thing, that John, which is a string, plus 5, which is an integer, that will raise an error there. So yes, we can concat two strings using the addition operator. So first name plus second name, so it will add both of them together and then print on the screen. But here is a little bit of problem that there is no space in that. We can do multiple things for eradicating this problem. We can add a space here, or we can add a space here, or even we can add a space here like this. So this is a string which is John, this is a string which is so, and this is also a string which is only a space. So it will concat all these three strings and then print that. Let's see, and you're gonna see John so we can concat strings in Python like so, and we can multiply strings like first name multiplied by 5. This will just print the first name 5 times on this screen, and you're gonna see John 5 times. Okay, so this is how you can use variables in Python. Okay, let's talk about user input in Python. So imagine that you are making an calculator. So in that calculator you have to take values from the user in order to do operations on that. So how can you do so? So for this purpose there is a command called input. We're going to use that. Okay, so let's do an example like first name equal input, and then what message we want to print on the screen, like input enter your first name. So let's at last print that first name plus we have to print a space also, and then last name. So let's save this and head to a terminal. Let's firstly clear up this screen here because it's looking like a mess. Okay, enter your first name. Now the execution is stopped here, so we have to firstly type in here something. Whatever we type here, Python will assume it as a string and then capture that and assign that on the variable what is mentioned. Okay, so enter your first name, which we mentioned here, got printed here, and then we typed our input, and the same process is repeating here. So Harshit Seksaria printed all together what we mentioned here. So in this way we can take values from the user in order to do operations on that like we done here. So that's it for this video. Now you know how to use variables, how you can take values from the user, and in the upcoming video we're gonna learn how to convert a data type to another data type. So if you like my video, give me a big thumbs up and share my video. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will surely catch you up in the next one.